Well, joining me here in the studio is Talha, a professor of political science and international relations from Istanbul's Talha University. Let's begin with this. The PKK, is it using the alleged attacks by ISIS in Suruç as a pretext to attack Turkish targets?
Yes, sure. I mean, actually, they have been using, the northern Syria, Rojava and Kobani for the last 2 years in order to mobilize their people on the ground for their political purposes. However, this time, this mobilization is a little bit deeper level. So this, peace process started with the negotiations. It came to a point, and for the elections, they continued their mobilization on the field by using the Kobani. But after the elections, after the political success of HDP, they were expected to handle the things through political channels, through legitimate political channels, and they were expected to disarm and demobilize PKK at least on Turkish borders. But I think there is a disagreement among the Kurdish movement, so PKK does not want to disarm and demobilize their actions. So they are increasing the level of tension, and they are trying to escalate the situation by using the Syria as a pretext.
There's frustration on both sides, isn't there? Because the PKK, or pro-Kurdish opposition figures, have been saying that the government isn't doing enough to prevent attacks like this. Is that a fair comment?
It's not a fair comment because, as you know, Turkey has a huge border. There are more than 2 million, refugees, and we know that just this year, more than 70,000 people were prevented from crossing the border. 1,400 people have been expelled from Turkey, and so many people coming to Turkey have been banned from travel. So Turkey is trying to do a lot. I mean, Turkey tries to do a lot, but this is a huge problem, and there is a huge border. So it is very difficult for Turkey to handle this situation alone. Right. There are really some successes.
So some analysts are suggesting that ISIS is trying to draw Turkey into the conflict. How do you see it?
Well, it's not a realistic analysis because Turkey does not have much of an interest getting into Syria, and Turkey's involvement in Syria will not strengthen ISIS's position in Syria because Turkey, as we know, that more moderate Islamists and more moderate actors are more affiliated with Turkey.
Just briefly, I'm sorry to interrupt, but where does it leave the peace talks between the PKK and the Turkish government now?
I think peace talks are stuck. So the only thing possible at this moment is some kind of symbolic gesture from PKK and HDP to call for, end of violence and call, in general, disarmament, and it can only move after. And now, still there is talks to form a government, coalition government. Right. So at this moment, it is very difficult to expect more from the AKP government.
Okay. Talha Köse from the Talha University here in Istanbul, thank you very much for joining us.